Hi everyone and welcome to another review here on Theme Park Worldwide. In this video I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Speed No Limits, a Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter that's located at Oakwood theme park in Pembrokeshire in Wales. Now Speed No Limits opened in 2006 and was actually the first Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter to open in the United Kingdom. Following on from that, two other Eurofighters have been built in the UK. Of course, you've got Rage at Adventure Island in Southend and also Saw the Ride at Thorpe Park. Now, as of 2021, Speed is actually the tallest, fastest and steepest roller coaster in Wales. Now, as always with these videos, I like to talk a little bit about the location within the park. And with Oakwood, if you've been there, it's a beautiful park out there in the countryside, all in the hills, and you've got some absolutely stunning scenery all around the park. Lots of trees, things are very hidden away, and when you walk into the park you can only just about see Speed down there, which is kind of in a bit of a valley really, down towards the back of the park, and that's how you get to it. You walk all the way down, sort of past the area where Megaphobia is, their huge CCI wooden coaster. You carry on walking down towards the left of the park, but at the rear, and that's when you reach the area that's home to Speed No Limits. Now, it's not so much in a themed area, and likewise the area doesn't have any theming around it. However, it's got its own sort of mini area, and to get to the station and the queue line for this ride, you've got to walk past the majority of the coaster, meaning that it really builds up the anticipation, especially if it's your first ride on it. Now, I remember going to Oakwood theme park in 2006 and walking down there with my parents, and it really builds up the anticipation, looking at it and thinking, oh blimey, like look at this ride, absolutely huge. And you know what, it really builds it up for a lot of people when they're riding it for the first time. And I know for a fact that a lot of people sort of stand there looking at it and enjoying it, and people who don't have any interest in riding it, but they just want to stand there and look at the ride. And that's the good thing about Speed. As much as I wish it had some more theming around it, or well, I say more theming, some theming around it, then you know, I still think it looks the part. The fact that it's such a monster of a coaster and a pretty big ride for a park that's not huge, you know what, it's pretty impressive to look at. And I think because it's so impressive to look at with its colour scheme, of course the orange track and the turquoise supports, you know what, it just looks really nice and really pretty to look at. But also it's a monster too, so they can kind of get away with no theming, as much as I wish it had some around to kind of enhance the overall ride experience. Once you've walked past the coaster, then you can make it to the area where the queue line is. There's a little plaza there. You've got like a little restaurant outside where you can sit and have an ice cream and of course look at the coaster. But if you fancy riding it, make your way in through the queue line. There's a little sign at the entrance, nothing big, nothing too grand. You've got to think Oakwood, you know, it is a small park. They haven't got a huge budget to throw at things like signage and theming. But yeah, you make your way down the queue line, which kind of bends round in a straight sort of section after that and down towards the station. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, there's no cattle pen, there's no up and down. It bends round, then goes into a straight section before making its way to the station building itself, which is an open station. It's got a roof on, it's covered over, but it's not got any sides to it all the way around there. So of course, once you make it into that area, it's time for the air gates to open and for you to board Speed No Limits. Now it features standard Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter trains that can seat 8 riders, that's 4 per row. And in terms of the restraint system, once again, standard Euro-Fighter restraint system on this. It's got the over-the-shoulder restraints that come down and of course they lock into place. So yeah, there's no sort of lap bars or anything on this like you get on some of the Infinity coasters. It does feature them standard over-the-shoulder restraints. I think we all agree these days that Gerstlauer coasters that have got the lap bars are certainly better and more enjoyable. There's some fantastic ones, especially in mainland Europe. But you know what, I still do think that the train design, the classic Euro-Fighter train design was great when it was first designed, and I think Gerstlauer have moved on a long way now with their designs. I went through a period where I didn't particularly enjoy their coasters very much, but you know what, I really feel like Speed is one of the better coasters of the older ones, and their newer rides that Gerstlauer are producing are fantastic in my opinion. So And once you're ready to go, of course, thumbs are up, dispatch, and out you go out of the station before turning round to the right. So there's no like pre-drops or any banking on that turn or anything. It's literally just a standard right-hand turn. And this is the point where you can see this absolutely enormous lift hill there in front of you that, of course, really builds up the anticipation for this ride. And especially people who's riding it for the first time, you see this lift hill and it's absolutely huge right there in front of you. It's actually a 90-degree lift, of course, vertical, 115 foot tall, that's 35 meters. And before you start to climb it, of course, you have to engage onto the actual chain. So it does stop at the bottom. And if you're on the front row, especially, well, even the back, but definitely the front, you can see it engaging onto this chain and thinking, oh boy, we're going to climb all the way to the top of this. And that's what you do. Pretty slow actually climbing up compared to some of the newer Eurofighters and Gerstlauer coasters. It takes quite a slow climb up, but I really like the vertical lift hills, and I think that the one on speed is fantastic. Once you get up to the top, you don't have much time to notice it, but you get some absolutely amazing views. You can look straight at sort of eye level out there and get amazing views of all the sort of farmland all the way around, the forest, the trees. If you turn your head to the right, even when you're going up the lift hill, if you're brave enough, sit on the right seat, on the right hand side, turn your head to the right, you get an amazing view of the rest of the park and Megaphobia over in the distance. It's a bit of a lopsided view because you're going up 90 degrees and your head's wonky, but you know, you can kind of get a bit of an idea of how nice the view is when you're actually climbing up. A lot of people just stay looking forwards, but if you're brave enough and fancy getting a nice view, definitely look off to the side, and at the top, look ahead. Don't look down, look straight ahead. Don't look down, that's another coaster, isn't it? But yeah, you know, you get some absolutely stunning views of the wonderful Welsh countryside at the top. Once you get up there, of course, you go straight over. There's no holding brakes, nothing like that. Straight over this beyond vertical drop, which is, you know, pretty impressive at 110 feet, 33 meters. It's a 97-degree drop that you do there. That is fantastic. Brilliant drop straight off that absolutely enormous vertical lift hill. When you get down to the bottom of that, that's one of the most intense sections of the ride. You're pulling 4.5 G down there at the bottom, and you're reaching 59 miles an hour, which is the top speed of this ride. And like I say, the fastest roller coaster in Wales. Not like there's loads to compare them with, to be honest, unfortunately. But yes, that is the maximum speed of that down at the bottom. And you know what? You really feel it. And at this point, it is pretty intense. The first drop is better on the front row. Like a lot of most Eurofighters out, the front row is the place to be for the drop. I can't really think of another Eurofighter that I prefer on the back, because you want that view. You know, if you sat on the back, you've got seats up to your here. It's nice to have that view looking forwards of the track. But yeah, once you get to the bottom there, really intense, and you do feel a bit of a jolt there at the bottom, but that kind of adds to the charm of it. In general, I don't find it too painful and too rough if you're only doing 1 or 2 rides. If you're doing a marathon on there, I think we did 18 rides, I think it was, one morning a few years ago when we went there on a trip. And you know what? Yeah, it was, yeah, I had a banging headache at the end of it. It was pretty painful by that. But from a standard couple of rides, it's not too bad. Following on from that, you go straight up, not into an inversion, but into this whopping great airtime hill that is brilliant. And I tell you what, you get some amazing negative G-force going over that. Blimey, like you can just feel the negatives on your body, which is absolutely fantastic. And I love that airtime hill. It's my favourite part of the ride. Whacks you straight up into it. Yes, it would be better if it had lap bar restraints, but I'm certainly not complaining because you still get some great airtime. You know, the Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter over-the-shoulder restraints are still pretty roomy. You know, you're not really struggling too much for space, so you do get quite a bit of airtime still as you make your way over it. Following on from that, it then makes its way up into a 110-degree overbanked turn, which it still actually takes with quite some speed. Yes, it does slow down quite a lot, but it still goes through that pretty fast pace, to be honest, before dropping down, another pretty good drop into that first inversion on the ride, which is a nice vertical loop. Now, when you head into the vertical loop, again, it takes that with some speed, and it's the noise that it makes as well as it heads into that, especially if you're just walking into the area around the corner, you go up into that and you just hear that noise, that roar that these Gerstlauer coasters create. And especially with speed, it seems to have its own roar, its own unique sound that other Eurofighters don't have, and I really like that. It is fantastic. And of course the loop's fantastic. It takes it with some great speed. I'd say that on the back row I probably enjoy the loop a bit more, feel it a bit more intense, but on the front row it's still great. But it's a fantastic layout up until this point, and that's set to continue really as you make your way up into a little break section, little mid-course, before going into the second inversion, which it drops down a little bit into this one before heading into the Heartline roll, and it takes that at a really nice pace actually. Not too fast, not too slow, just a nice standard pace through that, which is brilliant. You get a little bit of hang time on there and it's pretty comfortable. And at that point you think, well, there's only a couple of helixes left, there's not going to be too much intensity to it, but you would be wrong. And if you've been on this coaster, you'll know that this is actually one of the most intense parts of the ride, because after that second inversion it then drops down into a double helix, which is brilliant. Again, you get some fantastic forces as you're making your way down before it turns round to the right and into the brake run, magnetic brake run, so it does slow it down quite smoothly. Of course not quite as smooth as some of the newer Gerstlauer coasters, but you know what, this ride has got the perfect mix between being pretty smooth but also pretty intense. It's got a nice mix. Don't get me wrong, if you're doing multiple rides on it, more than 2 or 3 rides, then yeah, you will start to get a bit of Gersteak, as I call it. That's a headache from going on a Gerstlauer coaster, if you hadn't guessed already. But yeah, you know, in general, I think if you're just doing a couple of rides on it, or just your one ride, say you go in there, you've had your one ride of the day and that's you done, off to Megaphobia, then yeah, you're not going to find it too bad at all. If you're doing reoccurring rides, that's when the issues arise. But overall, I think it's a really good coaster. I'm going to put it out there. I'd say it's my favourite Eurofighter here in the UK out of the 3 that we've got. Like I say, Rage down at Adventure Island in Southend, saw the ride at Thorpe Park. I'd say that Soar is actually my least favourite of the 3. I just find it so rough and really uncomfortable these days compared to these other 2. Don't get me wrong, they've still got the jolts in places, but I don't find them unbearable, whereas Soar I really do. But no, it was great, really great ride. It's nice to go there every year. I enjoy going to Wales and experiencing it. Like I say, the overall package could be enhanced with some better theming around, but it doesn't necessarily need it because of the beautiful location it's in and also how impressive the ride is, especially with its orange track colour and the turquoise coloured supports on there as well. But there you go, they're my thoughts. I think it's a great ride and it's a good coaster to go on. If you fancy some good thrills, get yourself to Oakwood. They've got some really good rides down there and definitely worth a trip to Wales, and they really need the support, much like any theme park. So when they can reopen for 2021 and the fingers crossed the travel restrictions are lifted, get down there, you'll have a great day. You'll ride a world-class wooden coaster in my opinion, and of course a fantastic Eurofighter too, along with various other different rides that are definitely worth it. And check out the vlogs if you want to see more from Oakwood theme park. But there we go. As always, I would love to know your thoughts on Speed No Limits down below in the video comments, so drop us a comment down there. I read through them all every day and it's always nice to hear what you guys think. And along with that, there's new videos every single day here on Theme Park Worldwide to keep you in the loop, quite literally, with everything that's going on in the theme park industry. Thanks for watching, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.